Dr. Fred Birkeland and his family moved to Nampa in the 1970s. He left a lasting impression on the community, literally. During the course of his medical career, Dr. Birkeland delivered about 5,000 babies. Dr. Birkeland's patients describe him as a life-changing figure whose compassion, devotion to his patients, and gentle heart were known to almost everyone he came in contact with. Lynda Clark says Dr. Birkeland changed her life.
For many of us who knew him personally, he had such a strong influence in our lives. He had a way of relating to people to let them know that he cared deeply about them. My children are both adopted, and I have my son because of Dr. Birkeland. The day that Sam was born, I had a routine doctor's appointment, and so I was sitting in the examining room, in the examination room, when Dr. Birkeland came in, and we had, a few words, talked a little bit before he looked at me and said, how serious are you about adoption? And before I could answer, he said, I have a baby for you. So Sam had been delivered just a few hours earlier. He's touched the lives of so many people in so many ways that if you think about it, just has a long, long-lasting legacy and will for many years to come when he has helped make so many families.
Francie Aquilar recalls how Dr. Birkeland always put his patients first, no matter what was going on in his life.
Dr. Birkeland came up. I still wasn't fully dilated, and he said, okay. He said, I'm going to wait it out with you here tonight. He was in his tux. He said, there's an extra room. He said, I'll just be right next door. He said, we've got to have this baby. It's got to come in just any time. And he still weren't happening. So, but he said, he said, just hang in there. And so I did. And so by, I think it was 7:20 the next morning, you finally decided to come out.
The woman who knew Dr. Birkeland best says that's just how he was. Gail and Fred Birkeland were married for 47 years.
There were some families that he got so close to, and I know there was one family that had a stillborn, and he had been part of the family for years. He had delivered lots of the babies in the family and lots of the grandchildren, and when that baby was born, then he went out and went to the service because he felt such a part of the family. And that's the way he was.
Gail says her late husband would be honored that the maternity center is being named after him, but he wouldn't want all the fuss. For him, his gratification was his happy, healthy patients.
The fact that a new labor and delivery center is being done would be so important to him, and he would appreciate it so much. And then, of course, he would be so appreciative and surprised and humbled that it would be happening, being named for him. So he would just be delighted that this was happening.
One of Dr. Birkeland's best friends agrees. Fred Birkeland was not at all interested in fanfare.
He cared a lot about people and particularly his patients, but the hospital, he was on the board for a long time. He cared about what the hospital was doing in this community, and I think to have his name associated with the hospital and with the medical profession in Nampa, I think he would be very, very proud.
Rodney Moore and Fred Birkeland met socially and enjoyed a friendship that spanned a quarter century.
Fred was a very likable, outgoing, genuine sort of person, not in a flamboyant sort of way. He could be quiet, but he could also extend himself. He always cared about people. He liked to meet people, and was a very good listener. When you had a conversation, Fred would listen as much as he would speak.
Gail Birkeland feels deeply that her husband's legacy is profoundly meaningful to so many in the community and hopes the Birkeland 100 will ensure that thousands more happy and healthy little boys and little girls will come into this world in a state-of-the-art maternity center named after a man who answered a sacred calling and changed the lives of so many. How do people who loved and respected Dr. Birkeland believe the maternity center will benefit the entire community?
Lives it will touch, the lives it will save, the new babies that will be born through it.
I think that Mercy and now Saint Alphonsus-Nampa has just been at the heart of our community for so many years. And it's so important that we have such good quality service through our hospital for our young families.
I think the addition of the Birkeland Maternity Center will be a real legacy to Fred, his family, but more importantly to the community, for the people that it will benefit, whether it be maternity or other medical needs in the community.
The Birkeland Labor and Delivery Center is going to be such a positive influence in this community. He would be so proud of it and so happy, and he will be furthering what he loved to do most of all in the whole world, which was bring new life into the community. He would say, "I don't believe it," and he would cry.
The Fred Birkeland Maternity Center at Saint Alphonsus-Nampa Health Plaza, bringing new life to the Treasure Valley for decades to come.